Hey folks, Phil Gallagher of ThrabenU here for another Monster Train run. I'm feeling Awoken Umbra. I don't have a Covenant 25 win with this combination yet. I feel like having some tanky boys. Hope you all are doing well today. We have a lot of healing to start off with, which will make units like Thorned Hollow great. Immortal Trade is fine if we get a real big Umbra unit as well, but this will be a card that we won't be playing a lot of the time. Maybe a time where we take Dark Forge before Artifact, but I'm still going to take the Artifact first. So this is kind of weird, right? So if we're offered the Spikes Champion, we probably take the Spikes Champion. If we have the Spikes Champion, Jackstrips gets considerably worse. Jackstrips will make it so that a couple of the trials are just like literally 100% free. If we were Umbra Awokened, I would probably take Refined Void, but since we're Awoken Umbra, I think I'm going to take Jackstrips here. Alright. Spikes it is. So for many fights, we might end up setting up our champion on floor 2. Yeah, you can have this. Other than the boss, this fight is like almost 100% free just due to Jackstrips. Jackstrips kills everything except like these pretty much by itself. Small floor. We're fine with this being here. So it might just be better to do this on floor 2 than like this. These sorts of units don't get healed at all. Yeah, I think I like it. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So this has attack power. There's a world where we want to put this on the top floor so that it can get a collector next turn, if that's something that occurs. So we're 100% doing this, we're 100% doing this. And then next turn, I have 4 Train Stewards to hit. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Just take that guarantee. You jerk. Why would you do that to me? Alright. We need a unit that can hit this relatively hard. We'll take the extra draw next turn. We'll take the marginal amounts of healing. We're prioritizing units here. I guess the only awkward thing about setting up on the middle floor is that it's more likely that this unit ends up getting through. That is what it is. You don't actually do any damage, right? Hit for 5, heal for 5, but I don't want to draw you again. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, easy. Pyre took more damage than I expected to in that fight, though. Glimmer is a great early pickup to sweep units. It's a little less useful than normal due to Jackstrips, but like Glimmer with a plus 10 upgrade at some point is just fantastic. I'm definitely good with taking that here. So let's talk about growth for a second in terms of... Normally, I just like slam packed morsels here. Because that card tends to be good when you're playing Umbra. But a lot of times I've found that when I play packed morsels, I don't actually end up having room for all of the morsels that I get from it. Because there's often things like Morsel Maker and Morsel Master in Umbra that eat up a lot of your space and make it so that you don't actually have all that much room for this. So, while it's this early and I don't know, like, if I'm getting Gorge units, how much space I have, I don't know that I want to pick up a common that, like, is not good in my deck yet. So, I'm going to try not picking this here. This is a premium upgrade target. The sweep is not as necessary as normal between Jackstrips and Glimmer. I think I'm going to go with the Animus of Will. Alright, big ol' Umbra unit. Let's go. These are not good upgrades for my Animus of Will, that's for sure. So this is our Gorge unit for the fight. We want to upgrade it with plus 25 health. We also probably want to upgrade it with plus 10 damage at some point. That way, it steals back at least 30 health. We're gonna get some life steal stacks cleansed. Okay. That was a very disappointing Merchant of Steel for us. We don't get another one next floor, and we probably don't have something that's good enough to duplicate yet. I'm like not worried by any stretch of the imagination, but I'd say this is a subpar start. Sweep. Use sweep when I have a back unit with 3 and morsels. That's like definitely inconvenient. I also had trouble killing last time units of this size. The difference now is that I have 29 more power. So assuming that like everything hits one of those, we have 29 plus another 10 damage. Yeah, we're a little light on damage. These things hit for 2. We probably make that work. Unquestionably, though, this stuff is good against us. Alright, so you're going on floor 1. This plus Jackstrips kills these sorts of units. And you're going to go up here, where I can have the most space to feed you things. Thinner's burdens are going to be kind of a pain in the butt. Yeah, we have no worries for the boss, but some worries in terms of damage output. As long as we just kill the boss on this floor via spikes, I'm good. Let's try to make that happen. Another Wildwood Sap to, like, realistically make it happen before these top units make it to the fire. more damage. Also probably worth 10 more damage. Close. This I don't like. Oh, that I really don't like. That I really don't like. Heavy hits. Yeah, let's just build this up a bit. You can have more lifesteal, that's fine. Alright, we're good. Fire's at 16. It's okay. No, maybe. Sting helping us to find Wildwood Sap is totally reasonable. Alright, I might do a takesy backsies on Sharpen. So I'm not getting a unit upgrade on this floor, and I don't think I get to duplicate anything. Like, I'm going for that artifact and hoping that it's kind of good, and then I'm going to this Merchant of Steel. So, in the short term, I might need to play Sharpen on Animus of Will, because that counts for 12 more damage on it. So, like, while I don't think Sharpen is a great card in a vacuum, and I don't think Sharpen is a great card in this deck long term, short term, I have damage output problems, and this helps to solve that. Know that right now, Sentient and Animus is a floor, Crucible Collector is a floor by itself. Sweep isn't super useful to me right now. Another unupgraded Animus of Will is going to fight for upgrades on this floor quite a bit. I might be trying to make one good unit and then duplicate it on 6. What would I be duplicating in all likelihood? Like duplicating a large stone Animus of Will is maybe the dream. So taking a 2-space unit is perhaps reasonable. Maybe I'll take the Sweeper. But again, with like jack strips, it's kind of weird. Light's Gift is weird right now, because my top floor is a lot of the time going to be Crucible Collector, so that may end up taking some lifesteal stacks off of it. Also may do some weird things regarding enemy spawn on every floor challenges. No, I take it back. It's probably fine. Like, Damage Shield 2 is also good. I'll take Light's Gift. Okay. We got stuff. Petrified Skull seems like it's likely going to be pick here. Like, we take this, we try to duplicate it and remove consume from it later, and that's how we beat 190 HP units later. I believe that is the plan. So in case you're not familiar with this exact event, while the skull starts out with Purge, I think it's 2 circles later, it switches to Consume instead. And then it's incredibly powerful. Alright. Things that are happening. Probably setting up floor 2 with both of these. Like, this being dazed is awkward. I guess I'm Umbra assaulting it. The top floor is going to be Crucible, Collector, Morsel, Master, and then effectively space to put one thing. Yeah, this is my middle floor. My sweep unit is going to go on bottom. Alright, that is what it is. Animus, Sentient, yes. Yes. You die? Yeah, you can die. Great. This is an example of Light's Gift doing weird things. We're actually killing this with a morsel. I can restore this. I think I'd rather take a Train Steward out of my deck. Alright, things that have to happen. Play this. Now we get to play one of these 2 cards. If I play this sweep unit on bottom, it gets bodied a little bit. And maybe wait until the next time through the deck, because this Sharpen represents a decent amount of damage. As long as this unit doesn't die, I believe that we're just totally good to beat the boss already. So easy, Wildwood Sap, Wildwood Sap. That's going to keep this alive. I think we're going with Glimmer on top floor. That just means we don't have to worry about the bomb later. And we can play this bottom floor so that it eventually dies and we don't have to redraw it. Oh wow, we're just already there, huh? Back regen, back regen. Q versus 2. I think the 2 stacks of lifesteal up here might actually be relevant. I think we're getting a kill on the middle floor. Oh geez, we're not even close actually to a kill on the middle floor. I was embarrassingly off in regards to math. We're good. We're going to have at least 5 stacks of lifesteal on the top floor, so that alone is going to be worth 100 damage before, like, Daedalus even does any damage to us. The question is, like, do I life... Yeah, these are double energy units, right? Yeah, so I do just lifesteal here as well. Damage output, surprisingly pitiful for Circle 3, but we're still comfortably winning here. We are looking for an increase in power level, though. I mean, this does it. Like, get all of the train stewards out of my deck, then, like, don't play Animus first time around, Channelsong it, is a realistic strategy. Yeah, I think that's happening. Morsel Maker plus Morsel Master plus Crucible Collector on one floor is pretty good. This Husk Hermit is feeling a little awkward. Maybe I shouldn't have taken it. If I do this, it makes me want to remove my various Shade Splitters from the deck, which I think is a boon for me long term. No, not this. I want the map. Alright, which one is the Starfell again? Multi-strike and rage. A bunch of my cards are not great right now. Like, a huge portion of my deck is not great. The question is, like, do I need to play more cards, or do I need to draw more cards? I think we're going to do these two things in one order or the other. I think I'm going to take the Ember here. Because, like, playing spikes, especially if I, like, get a 4 Merchant of Steel, is, like, legitimately important to my survival. Large stone will work. Large stone is probably going on my Animus of Will. Go large stone here. I want... Alright, let's plot out how I'm spending the rest of this money. So... I'm at 230. Assuming that I spend 25 on this and 60 for a reroll, that leaves me with 145. That could allow me to buy this plus another one of these exactly. So I think I'm going to take... guaranteed oomph on this. I'm having trouble killing creatures. Reroll. Multi-strike here. Or is just like Battlestone better to conserve money? I'm gonna look at the phrasing of Lifesteal. Does this make my Lifesteal complete twice as quickly? It does, I think. It packs an additional time each turn. That makes my Lifesteal stacks slightly slower, so I'd really just rather have this have plus 10 or plus 5. I guess that's kind of awkward. It's probably fine. Now I'm not sure whether or not I want to spend much more money upgrading my units, at least here. Because, like, the upgrade quality is low. It may be that starting to purge cards is worth more gold. It's like, I don't want to draw these train stewards basically ever. Actually, let's buy the 25 health upgrade in case we run into swoop units. Put this on one of these too. Probably you. Yeah, I'm okay with that. These units do not have that much health. Yeah. Yeah, we'll make that work for an artifact. The armor doesn't restore as they go up floors, which is kind of a big deal. You all get bigger though, which is a nuisance. Gamble the Channelsong now? Seems fine. There's just like such huge upside. Thank you for your service, Train Steward. I would like to play the Animus on 1 to help like plow through these things so they don't get stronger. But if I play the Train Steward here, it gets a kill on this. I can play Animus and the sweep unit on floor 2. Oh man, I feel dumb. There was a healer, wasn't there? It spawned like this. That healer undid a lot of my work with these units. Awkward. Alright, bunch of extra energy next turn. I think I'm gonna just take a kill on a unit here. And this can just die. Sure don't like that getting through. This fight has gone very poorly. I need this Animus so badly, and I need the Morsel Maker so badly. I haven't hit either of them. Like, creatures of this caliber getting through to the boss is horrible for me. Alright, so now I get the rest of my setup done. So Morsel Maker goes here. Honestly, you can go behind. Like, the damage output that you're doing isn't significant. Oh, this is 33? That's convenient. Whew! That was way better than I thought it was gonna be. This is our brief respite now. You only get 4 lifesteal on this top. Or no, that's not true. These are gonna duplicate. Alright, this. Energy's fine. Only -6. Oh, it's the challenge. It wasn't a healer, it was the challenge. Yikes. Please kill on this floor somehow with spikes. Just short. Not dead, am I? Goes up, it has 35, it's 2 shots. No, I'm not dead. Alright, some things went wrong that fight. We're at +1 stack of spikes each time it is applied. So that means our champion has 21 spikes, and our Sharpen applies 5 spikes. I honestly think the gold might be better at this stage. Both of these are good here. I'm going to take the card draw, which I think I need in the short term. We're not the best Void Binding deck, despite the fact that that card is bonkers. Our Crucible Gorger is supposed to be doing that sort of role already without it costing us a card. I think the damage of this, or the Ember of this, is going to be better. I'm poor, so going to a Merchant of Trinkets doesn't make a lot of sense. The removes are great, but it could be that, like, the combined stuff of going this way is better. Like, go this way, try to duplicate something cool. Yeah, let's go to the Merchant of Magic and see what we can do with this. The Hope for Peace. Cards with Purge now have Consume instead. So we'll look to remove Consume on our Soul card, whatever it's actually called. We're not offered that, unfortunately. I think 4 small upgrades is going to be better than... Oh, what is this? A restore. So the cost reduction is going here. That's easy. And then I'm going to get another cost reduction. I'm hoping to get damage, like +10 damage as well for Glimmer. Pull this. Alright, so there's 4? Interesting. One of these 2 upgrades goes on the Excavation Eruption. This one just makes so much sense on Glimmer. I should probably do it. And then let's do this again here, so it just nets us an absurd amount of energy. Ink. I am starting to get nervous. This guy is a bit of a pain, but I feel like the boss easily gets destroyed by my champion. So I think I can do this. Oh, why? Why with the small bottom floor? It's... Alright, it's happened. We're gonna live with it. So that means we're probably putting sweep unit here. Means most of the rest of my stuff goes up on floor 2. And then I maybe miss out on a collector if it spawns in a bad place for me. We drew our sweep unit, it's okay. Need to get these other train stewards out of the deck so my Channelsong becomes consistent. I think you're gonna take damage for a relevant unit. You're stunned this turn, which is good for me. You get this, and we're good to go. Alright, how are we doing on killing things? You have 0 attack power. Doing slightly below average, I would say. This would give you 20 armor, which is fine because the power does 30. Channelsong. You have arrived. So this is great. This is all fine. I guess we just try to do some damage on this floor, kind of see what happens. We Channelsong a train steward to hide behind here. Which is actually kind of like totally reasonable. And then we're just full. I just have to make sure I'm okay with this unit. Ah, this is a problem, isn't it? Yeah, that is a problem. I think it's occurring. I think we're doing this. I guess I should do the math to see if I'm dead, to see if I need to, like, change these numbers a little bit. So this thing has 103 health, it's taking 7, 96. It gets 4 hits on me, which is 24. Yikes. I can add a little bit here. If I get this, if I deal 7 more damage on this floor, I take less fire damage. That would be 3, 7. I can also add Umbra Assault to give 10, like one of my own units, to give 10 less armor. But this plus this saves me fire stuff. Really? That's all we're doing? That's all? So this is consume, not purge, so we can now do this. We're good, the top floor takes care of the fight at this stage, but I really thought we were going to kill on the first floor. Better behind? I don't want to map it out. We've got the kill on the next floor. Okay, we have the kill here. No, thank you. Engine upgrade seems reasonable. I'm probably taking card draw after the next boss. I don't know that the extra Ember is actually necessary, but we could probably find things to do with it given our stings. Alright, might need to duplicate this Animus of Will just so I have more oomph. Because right now I have Sentient and Animus as a floor. I have Crucible Collector plus the other guys as a floor, and then I have this, like, awkward Husk Hermit. I can also duplicate the Petrified Skull. As far as upgrades go, the Husk Hermit desperately needs upgrades, or I just don't play it in some fights and I try to Channelsong it, which might be more reasonable. Let's go this way and see what we can make of it. Ooh. How many big-ish spells do I have? Excavation, Eruption, Focus Growth. Wow, that's not actually as much as I thought it would be. This turns a whole bunch of my things into cantrips. I'm gonna take the Sap Tap. Do I get weird and duplicate the Channelsong, increasing the chances that I draw it earlier and make it have an impact? Oh, I think I have to do this. Alright, I think we make it through this fight. There's some times where we don't, though. We are only sitting at 13 fire health. But we just drastically increased my DPS. It's awkward to draw this on turn 1. Because I need it. I need to draw, like, the Gorger and Collector next turn to make the best use of this. I also, like, really need this thing going ASAP. Things that are happening. This. Oh, and his top floor is raged as well, which is awkward, although the statue is dazed this turn. Animus bottom floor, Animus middle floor, and I need the other stuff on the top floor. Like, can I not play this time through the deck? I think that is the better line. And I just, like, take more card draw next turn, plus sharpen. Not the best. Oh, this is horrifying. I get some amount of agency here. The Petrified Skull. Alright, well, I guess to start off with things that are happening. are this, this, this. And you have now stacked up so much armor that I really need to kill you. Do this. This floor is full. Little engine upgrade here. Do this. Do this. You're a problem if you get more rage. Oh, you might already be a problem, actually. Alright. This would be a great time to not hit Brain Steward. Dead to this. Feels like dead to that. Because everything that I play up there is going to get dazed. Get to draw one card. Well, damn. So the line that last turn needed to be use the Skull Kill card on this. But then I have like another unit that's very likely to get through to the fire and presents other problems. Dazed 1, right? Yeah. 30-60. Alright. Dead. Alright, let's debrief this one and kind of figure out what went wrong. So at a glance, Immortal Trade was very bad in our deck. The Husk Hermit that I picked up didn't get upgraded and was just kind of awkward. We missed on Channelsong every time that we played it. Our Shade Splitters also were not good. So essentially a huge portion of our deck ended up being misses. And maybe that meant that after the first boss I needed to take card draw since so many of our cards were bad. And then I could be more reliant on events or cards like Engine Upgrade to maybe get me the Ember that I need to play more things. At the Magic Shop, we also missed out on something like Remove Consume on this skull, which would have helped solve some of our problems. We also missed out on Animus of Will on 1 and 2 in this fight, which meant that more units were getting through. So we had some agency there, but I think we just ended up a little short in terms of functional power level on this run. Alright, well, regardless, I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please click the like button and help more people find my Monster Train content. Have a great rest of the day.